Should. Stop shoulding yourself, as they say in AA. I don't like the word should because it implies an informed position of moral superiority. And the word should is a value judgment. And as a anarchist, individualist, I'm not in a position to inform anyone on what they should do. That's because all values are subjective. And I don't know what someone else values, what they like, what they don't like. Now, there's an alternative to should, which is a recommendation, but should kind of does all the heavy lifting when you tell someone what they should do instead of explaining to them why this would be a preferable option compared to the alternatives. I actually have some friends that whenever they would use the word should with me, I said, stop right there. I'm going to do the exact opposite of what you told me I should do. Because in a way, it's a little bit disingenuous. I want to be more genuine and surround myself with more genuine people. That's why I don't allow the word should anywhere near me. For example, a friend would say, hey, you should get a beer with me. And I'm like, I should not. And then he would be like, okay, I would like if you grabbed the beer with me. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. Thank you. But what the word should really is used for is, in a way to indirectly get someone to do something you want. It's one thing to say, hey, I know you have a gluten intolerance, so you should choose the gluten-free option rather than the ones containing heavy amounts of gluten. That makes sense. The word choice could be different, but that's maybe being a little bit pedantic. When I really observe the word should, it definitely comes through almost hegemonic relationships more than voluntary and genuine relationships where, someone can say, hey, you're my friend, I would like you to do this for whatever reasons. Where you see the word should is like the first primary hegemonic relationship is parents and children. Parents have control, they have authority over their children, so they can tell them, hey, you should clean your room. And the kids maybe will ask, why? And the parents can say, well, I said so. There's a little bit of a lack of explanation why someone should do something or why a child should do something for their parent. Another perspective or example is if a parent tells their child they should pursue this path rather than the alternative. And it's one thing if you think of your child like a dog, like you love your dog, you love your child, but you don't think it has any values of their own. It's another thing if you genuinely think that this is a much safer or a wiser approach compared to the alternatives. Another hegemonic relationship that incorporates the word should is the state, flat out. You should stand for the national anthem is I think a more or less referred to example of implying the word should. And for me, you just look at history. If you're a student of history, you'll discover that Hitler was actually the first person to popularize national anthems before sporting events. So it's one thing to be not patriotic for reasons of XYZ. It's another thing to blindly follow the crowd because someone says you should. Obviously, where I draw the line with what I shouldn't do is when it comes to aggression or assault on other people. I know the difference between the living room and the bathroom. You don't have to be worried about telling me that I should go to the bathroom. I'll figure it out. It won't be an issue. I definitely should not hurt anyone or be mean to anyone for no good reason. I should know better than that. As Boba Fett said, I pledge my allegiance to no one. Thank you.